First round action of the CBI presented by Buick from Big Ten Country, and Purdue out-muscles Western Illinois 81-67 is our final. Well, Coach, Western Illinois comes in a little undermanned, but they played hard. They were very clean early on in the game, and they actually had the lead for a while.
Well, because they were taking care of the basketball and knocking down shots, and then they started to turn the basketball over. Purdue turned those into points, and Western Illinois lost their lead for good.
Western Illinois had the lead when they were shooting well from deep. Purdue was very cold at the start. Then they started to heat up a little bit, and things got good for the Boilermakers in the second half. Then they really stretched it out.
Well, especially senior DJ Bird. He wants to play another day in his Purdue Boilermaker uniform. 3 threes from beyond the arc, obviously, in the second half. He got hot, and it made a huge difference for him.
Take a look at some of the highlights from our 40 minutes on the hardwood here at Purdue.
Well, Western Illinois moving the basketball well, creating some offense off their defense early in the game. They had a hard time keeping this young man, Ronnie Johnson, out of the paint. Then Purdue started to take some of those turnovers and turn them into points. I like Ronnie Johnson. I think he's going to be a good player in the Big Ten.
Yeah, he had 14 for the Boilermakers, and then Bird, as you mentioned, from outside started to heat up, and this really was the difference to stretch out. And you knew that, once Western Illinois fell behind, they weren't going to be able to play catch up.
Well, just too undermanned right now with their 2 top players out due to injury. Tremendous effort by all of their players. Nice job by Coach Molinari and his staff. Just not enough against a deeper, more talented Purdue team.
Purdue shoots 59% from the floor and goes 12 of 13 from the line. Coach, points in the paint. You talked about it off the top. That was going to be a difference. It was.
Well, it was because of their ability to throw the basketball inside and create points off those turnovers. Those are points in the paint as well in transition.
And then what do you do after a game like this? You pick up your pen and you start filling out your bracket and moving things forward. And for Purdue, that means Santa Clara is their next matchup in the second round of the CBI. As we check our brackets, everything filled out with the exception of who's going to play George Mason, because, Texas and Houston still rolling right now.
Heated in-state battle right there. When you look at those 4 teams, whoever comes out of that Texas-Houston game, you're talking about 2 really good matchups in the second round.
All right, let's flip over to the other side of our bracket. Wright State against the Richmond Spiders, and then the W's, Wyoming, Western Michigan.
A battle of the W's in the bottom half, but Wright State and Richmond really looking forward to that matchup. Both of those teams played very well heading into their conference tournaments.
But a nice victory. You start to see this when you get these teams get into the tournament. You get the win, and teams start to stand a little bit taller. Like, we're in the postseason, we got the W, feeling a little bit better about themselves. The older kids, but then especially the young kids, understanding that the season's not over. We get to play another day.
Well, that's one of the big things that teams take away from this tournament, not just the opportunity to advance and the excitement of being in a tournament, which starts to build as you do advance, but these young guys are getting an awful lot of good postseason experience and game experience that they can carry into next year as well.
Quarterfinals on Monday here on Access of the CBI presented by Buick. We'll have 2 more quarterfinals Monday the 25th at 7 and 9 Eastern. 81-67, the final here from Purdue.